7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What up, y'all? Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, and welcome to WWT Live, the Monday edition. So let me know in the chat, in the comments, where you are calling from, where you're watching from, city, country, all that good stuff. And our super chats are enabled, so please continue to help support us financially. $2 or more will give you credit in everywhere. We'll talk about you, we'll rep you. You can give us your questions. That means that you can help the councilman get CW so he can watch NXT. That means you'll help Stead stay off the streets and all the amazing things. And most off, you'll help keep us going. And I am not, when I mean us, that means I'm not alone. The PR princess herself, the hardest working woman on WWT, Courtney Rice, is in the building. How you doing?
What's up? Happy Monday. Well, I could tell you Dylan's pretty happy because his team won last night and my NFL team's in disarray, but that's okay because I still love them no matter what. But you know, it's another bad day in the office and they're going to do well against the Chargers this week, but I'm happy to talk wrestling this week because we got a busy week. We got Raw happening. We got Crown Jewel this weekend. We do have Bound for Glory this weekend. And we also have a Tuesday Night Wars happening tomorrow.
Uh-oh. Well, there it is. And so we're not alone. It's not just the two of us. Victoria's also in the building as well.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know what? I'm a Bills fan, so we had a beautiful night last night.
Oh boy, I used to be a Bills fan a long time ago. It's so funny being from Canada. I would, we would support the Bills, but I didn't realize, and this is terrible, that CFL even existed until after I went to college. I didn't even know we had like a whole league because we just didn't do that. But shout out to cousin Ron in the chat, Wilson, Lewis, our producer from the future, Dylan's in the building as well. But let's get into it. When I watched this video, I was so like my heart was warmed because this is along the lines of the Women's Wrestling Archive, but obviously this is why we do it. So Bayley, she's going to be holding a 3-day women's wrestling seminar in December. She posted a video. So for y'all who are watching us, who are wrestlers and you think you got it, there's it's limited. So you have to send it to the email. So go and check out Bayley's post, send it to the email. And if you make it, if you're like, yo, you can come down, you just have to fly yourself to Florida and she takes care of everything. And I think this is very huge, especially where we are right now. So we'll start with you, Victoria, like kind of speak to, will this kind of be good things for the future, or what do you think?
I think it's amazing. I think it's a wonderful way. They always say you should train under the people you respect the most. And I feel like Bayley is so well respected, and to do it for free, to just give back to pro wrestling. We know how much she loves it. We know she's loved it since she was a kid. I think it's just wonderful. And then imagine for the people who are there, like just getting to rub shoulders with someone of that caliber. I think it's wonderful. And I think it could really set a wonderful precedent for other wrestlers to do something like this, especially the ones that don't own their own schools.
Courtney, it seems like, and I don't know, is that she's kind of footing the bill, and or she has a partner or a backer to do this. From a PR perspective, because she said, we're going to see how this goes, and hopefully we could do it on a regular basis. From a PR perspective, if you were to partner with Bayley and make this happen, how do we, what would you deem successful, and then how would you help bring it back?
Oh, listen, if I had a chance to work with her, I would be like, girl, we need to talk about strategic and the vision behind this, because this is a really big opportunity for women's wrestling. Obviously, of course, money is always something in the conversation. So always have to think of like who would sponsor. but also thinking of a loophole too, because WWE, they always have some interesting ways on trying to backtrack it and not conflict with other brands that you're not going to do sponsorship with. Now, if they were offered to do it, that would be a completely different story. But just being mindful within WWE, because they're very interesting when it comes to brands and sponsorship. So it's just really kind of figuring out the lines on what to do when it comes to sponsorship. Obviously, of course, I would be promoting it like crazy. I would be promoting that in pretty much all of the state of Florida. And also whoever female wrestlers live in Florida. I mean, we know Chelsea Green lives in Florida. Just to name a few, we know Alexa Bliss lives in Florida. We know NXT has the Performance Center in Florida. So that's also a good opportunity too to leverage in some of your network as well. And if any of them are interested in it, just really give them a shout out as well. This is a good opportunity, and this would be so cool. And also, it'll bring a lot of attention to local media in Florida, if you live in Florida as well. So it really would bring a lot of level to women's wrestling, and love seeing stories like this on wrestlers giving back to the business, especially going out of their comfort zone and really going above and beyond. So that's just some things to do with it. And also, if there is good feedback on it, maybe this could be a yearly thing after the turnout. If it's a big turnout, hopefully it does successfully, because I want Bayley to succeed, but only time will tell.
Yeah, Wilson in the chat brings out a good point. With Nadi was one of the people I thought about, because she has the dungeon, and you see her posting so much with a lot of different wrestlers, up and coming wrestlers. So I am curious to see a couple of things. One, are we going to see the social media behind this, or is it going to be like cameras off, we're doing our thing here? And then two, what other wrestlers are going to show up, because it's in Florida, and there's so many wrestlers of WWE that live in Florida, and I mean, it's Bayley, so she has a lot of friends in a lot of places. I wonder, like Mercedes Moné, like her schedule's not as busy as WWE folks, and that would be kind of crazy. So I'm really curious to see. And also, I mean, a possibility of this woman, I know she doesn't live in Florida, but she is going to be there was announced that she's going to be inducted to the TNA Hall of Fame, Mickie James. And then she also announced who will be giving the speech, the induction speech, and that will be SoCal Val. So I mean, speak to this as far as like, it's just going to be, this is going to be so amazing. This event's going to be so amazing, which is actually, I can't believe it's October already. This is crazy. So yeah, speak to this, and Courtney, kind of talk about the importance of this.
It is very important because, and yes, both of you are correct. It was announced Lisa Marie Varon, formerly known as Victoria, formerly known as Tara in TNA. She will be inducting Mickie James, and I'm very proud that they are going to be inducted. If you look back to when they first started in WWE, they did have a little bit of a rivalry with each other, but then it kind of elevated when they went to TNA, and seeing the history there, and also seeing the interactions that they have at conventions and wrestling cons. You could still see the chemistry and the friendship that they have with these two. And I'm very, very proud to see not only them two, I'm also proud to see Angelina Love and Velvet Sky be inducted into TNA this weekend. Bound for Glory is going to be very excited, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it this weekend, because there is a lot of things that are happening. And congratulations again to Mickie James. Congratulations to all the ladies being inducted into TNA, and would not be shocked if there was more coming, leading up to Bound for Glory.
Yeah. I think we're definitely going to have a watch along for this. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then, I mean, you kind of mentioned it slightly, Courtney. Victoria, do you think there's anybody else, obviously not for this year, but as far as TNA talent that should be inducted eventually?
Oh, I would have to double check the list. There are so many, but I will say TNA is definitely quicker to recognize, I feel like, their talent than WWE is. Mickie James still isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame, and either is Victoria, which is insane to me. So I just really do love Mickey getting this recognition that I think she so deserves and has earned with everything she's given. And I feel like good to on TNA for recognizing the women. I mean, like their class this year, the women in it who have really helped to build them.
Very, very true. So now, for y'all who keep up with WWT and their channel, and our channel, I should say, LFG. So we are so behind LFG, but we're gonna do like 2 big watch-alongs because they just ended season 2, and I am so because I think we're at like episode 8. So I am so curious, as y'all know, or as some of y'all know who've been rocking us for a long time. I read the back of the book from I read it first. So I don't care the fact that I know who won. I'm curious on how they got there. So Danny Selitsky, excuse me, I think that's her last name, and Shiloh Hill win season 2 for a WWE LFG. I don't know. Have you ladies been able to watch LFG at all?
I've been so behind on it. Too much TV.
Yeah, I'm behind.
So we've been watching it, and so if you watch season 1, I was able to catch up with season 1, and I've been starting to watch season 2. Like I said, myself and Christina, we got to about halfway through before I had to do a whole bunch of traveling, and I didn't have Shiloh was the runner-up from season 1, and I felt like he deserved to be in the running this season. However, I didn't think he was going to win it because I had 2 other people in front of him. So I'm so curious as far as how this happened. He has a great look. So I think he'll be good. You are right, MDB. MDB does the watch alongs. He's in there in the watch alongs with us. He was calling out Danny for a long time, and she's putting in a lot of work too. So definitely congratulations to them. Kind of speaking to the program. So we have LFG, we have Evolve. We have so many people. I mean, you have the talent. I'm curious too, kind of going back to our first story, talking about Bayley and the fact that she's holding this 3-day seminar. Like the fact that Bayley has been in WWE for so long, I think it's very likely that if she sees somebody that has that it factor, that she could tell the higher ups of WWE, hey, this is something you need to look at for. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am discovering women's wrestlers like on a weekly basis, women that I haven't heard of, that they've been around, stuff like that. And it's just like there's so many. It's such a great place to be in, but also it's like there's so many, and there's only so many spots. And like, how do you swim through all the social media to get the attention of WWE, etc. So with that being said, we'll start with the PR princess as far as putting your PR hat on. Like, one, how do you think a wrestler can make the jump or get the eyes of WWE on them? And then 2, having so many sub brands, is that a good thing for WWE? Because like, and I'll be honest, the reason that I've been watching LFG is because we have a watch along. That's one of the reasons why I actually do watch alongs, because I'm forcing myself to actually watch it. But there's so much that, like, how is it even possible? So we'll start with the first question. How does a wrestler, kind of get themselves out there? And then we'll go to you, Victoria, with the second question is like, is there too much, or how do we balance it all?
This is actually interesting because that's one of the things I would like to do is help them with media training. Usually the first thing, obviously, you just have to figure out who your direct audience is and what is your vision. What is the end goal? I mean, obviously the end goal is getting to WWE, but there's a lot of steps that many people tend to skip a bit and really have to put it out there. And obviously, of course, the wrestling part, that's great, but obviously some people have a hard time with marketing themselves and branding themselves. Obviously, social media is one thing because you want to make sure you brand yourself out there. Another thing too is really going above and beyond and also reaching out to promoters as well. Really taking a little bit of the extra step, kind of making opportunities out of nothing and reaching out to promoters saying, hey, if I want to do a match or if I want to help out clean the ring after the match or whatever, just doing little things to really get yourself noticed and also really building in relationships, because we know the wrestling industry as a whole is very small. and everybody knows somebody. So you want to make sure your reputation is good, because if your reputation is not that great, then that's where it gets a little bit dicey, and it's a possibility you could be blackballed. So it's really making sure like your social media is intact. You really are making sure, pretty much make sure that you post something that you don't want your parents to see in the long run. Like, don't post anything that your parents don't want to see. So it's really kind of like branding, also really putting yourself out there. Also, if there's an issue that you care about, post it. Like if it's something that you really, really, really do care about, at least post it, because at least you're showing your authentic self, you're being human, and you're really going above and beyond for the fans. And I think that's what a lot of promotions, not just WWE, but also AEW, TNA, even, who knows, in overseas in New Japan, that could also be a new opportunity as well if you can go wrestle international.
Before I get to you, Victoria, you know, we talked about super chats and, you know, helping the councilman get, you know, funds in order for him to watch NXT and stuff like that. But he is bestowing us with his presence today. And, you know, we are all so grateful that he is, you know, new haircut. It looks like a lineup. You know, just looks like he has fresh off a facial. Like he looks like, you know, well rested. All the things. The councilman is in the building. Y'all, you know, bow down to the councilman.
Actually, I woke up like this.
Oh,
it's not just the ladies, fellas. It's not just the ladies, fellas. You too can wake up like this. This is also too when your councilman only makes $2.16 a year. So fund your councilman. We don't make much as officials of the people. Our salary is very low, and it is your funds that keeps the counselor and his clients staying in the mainstream. But so glad to be here on this Monday, and so glad to be an incredible panel of people.
Thank you for pulling up. So the question that I had to Victoria, so you could piggyback after her, is, you know, LFG. I don't know if you got to see the finale of it, but we have so much wrestling. And you know, this is just in the WWE universe. You know, you have, you know, OVW, NWA. We have all this wrestling that's going on. And I know we've talked about it in different times throughout the year. But one, how do we balance it? And then two, is there a cutoff point? Like, is there a moment where it's just like, okay, we have to concentrate on what's here now versus creating something new? Victoria?
So I think that we'll know when it's saturated, when things get, you know, stop being popular. I think they wouldn't be doing another season of LFG if the first one did not do well enough. You know, like in one way, I think competition's beautiful. I think having a lot of different companies doing well is better for wrestlers. I mean, we're seeing people who are choosing to say, no, I'm not going to take the deal WWE's offering me. I'm going to try my best in the independents or try something else. I do think, though, that what it gives you is ways to like find your niche of what you like about pro wrestling, or the mode of pro wrestling that you like, right? Like AEW is not going to be for everyone. LFG is not going to be for everyone. Like, I watch LFG every once in a while, but it doesn't keep my attention as much as an episode of Raw might under their like umbrella of shows. So I think giving options is always good. I think the issue will become when it gets to the point where like you feel like people aren't watching it because there's too many options of what to watch.
Councilman?
You said this was a two-part question. Who is this entailing, us or the wrestlers?
I would say just the general population, because for us, well, I mean, we could talk about it. If you weren't, for me, I'll speak for myself. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing as far as in the wrestling space, I would probably lean more into something like a LFG, because I like the storylines. I like seeing, and then that would propel me to check into more NXT than Raw, because there's that pipeline connection there for me. But you know, for yourself, like, would you watch everything, or is there too much? Do you have time? Because I mean, like I said, you look well rested, so I don't know if you could do it all together.
Hell no. No. I don't be watching shit out here. Listen, you are a LFG guy. I am what you call a PLE baby. I will check out a PLE. Monthly programming? No, absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. It's like you said, it's too much going on. And AEW kind of found a pretty solid formula like they did with All Out, where I don't have to watch the weekly programming to enjoy this.
Right.
Like I enjoyed All Out. I understood everything that was going on with All Out. What the thing that I was talking the most crap about, they found a way to perfect. I didn't have to know anything from these past Dynamites to watch all these matches and enjoy every single one of them and knows what is going on. I just talking about like with that part, MDB, not the full. They ain't got the full formula, but they have definitely found that to be more favorable for them. And so I could just check that out. But the week to week stuff, like I'll catch Raw because Raw's on Netflix, and it is during the time I'm helping somebody produce a show, and I'm literally just sitting in the back of StreamYard, so I can put that on. I watch NXT. Everything else can be PLEs or watching it on social, catching the highlights. And it's like, so that's what happened. Oh, so that's what's going on. And if something piqued my interest, then I'll go in to see it. But I think because you have to have 10,000 different streaming services, that it's just like, this gets kind of difficult to keep up with. And it's like, I got to pay $40 here. I got to throw $30 over here. Oh, I can get this bundle and pay $29.99 here. And then it's like, oh no, but we just added this thing. It's like, it's a lot. But to Victoria's point, I think it's just like, throwing everything to the wall and see what sticks. And see what's staying, what's strong, and what can go. So that's just what we're in now. But I like, to her point again too, I think it's such a great time to be here with that, especially as a wrestler, because it's like, you do got different options. Like she said, you can say no to that deal. And you can build yourself up because you got a social platform to be marketable, to where when WWE reach out again, it's like, hey, that 75,000 they was throwing you for multiple years, it's like, nah, we can give you, we can throw an M back there now with what you're bringing to the table.
Dylan, our producer for the future, you are absolutely right. I am going to look. I put it in my. I have this multiple things as far as keeping lists, but the current thing is writing it in my calendar. So I put VPNs to check it out for tomorrow, because you are absolutely right. Traveling, and then fortunately in Canada, WWE, there's a lot of stuff on NXT on Netflix, but other things I can't see just because I need to buy a whole nother thing. So VPN is definitely a thing. So if you are a VPN company, feel free to sponsor WWT, because we will use you. I mean, that means that the councilmen can watch NXT freely. That means that we can watch pay-per-views and we can watch other shows and talk about it, all the things. The cost is kind of crazy, and I can't imagine if you are somebody under the age of 16 who is a fan of wrestling, now telling your parents that, can we add all these other, things to the budget? And, if they don't got it, they don't got it. So how do we watch it? With that being said, Courtney is going to run through what's happening Raw tonight for our producer for the future.
Yeah, because we're in the final Raw before Crown Jewel in Perth this weekend. And they're going to be in Perth all this week for Raw and SmackDown. But we are kicking it off with the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. He will be kicking off the show, especially after last week's main event between him and main event Jey Uso. We'll see what he has to say about that. We're also going to have CM Punk make his anticipated return in Perth, Australia, especially after him and AJ Lee got a victory over Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. So who knows what he's going to say tonight in Australia. And we're also going to have, hold on, because I missed. We're also going to have two ladies matches. We're going to have Maxine Dupree taking on Becky Lynch after Becky Lynch put a beating on Maxine Dupree. Maxine is ready to step up to the plate, and she has been training. She has been training in the Heart Dungeon, and can't wait to see her go one-on-one and those two. And Also, we're expecting these two ladies, Lyra Valkyria, taking on Roxanne Perez after the madness that happened last week. These two ladies will be going one-on-one. All this and more happening tonight on Raw from Australia, the final Monday Night Raw before Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia this weekend.
This is crazy. I still can't believe we're in October. I don't know. I'm still tripping about that. Are there any matches from Raw, Victoria or Councilman, that you guys are looking forward to?
I love Maxine, and I'm like her little cheerleader in life, I feel like. So I just want to see her do great. I want to see her show her improvement. And I think Becky is a great person for her to be in the ring with, because Becky knows how to lead someone, and I think they'll do a great job. But I'm just so excited. I just want Maxine to get a victory lap.
Yeah, she definitely deserves a win.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, is there anything that you're looking forward to?
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Lyra versus Roxanne. I think they're going to have a really fun after the chaos that happened last week with Bayley and Lyra. So there is definitely going to be a lot of interesting things, and we'll see if Bayley is going to be at ringside or not. Obviously, I'm happy to see Maxine Dupree get a lot of more reps in. It's always nice to see her get some reps in, and also working with somebody like Becky, having that one-on-one, and Becky being the reigning women's intercontinental champion. I would like to see Maxine definitely get a lot more reps in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Maxine is definitely slow and steady. We're going to see a lot more of her eventually. Councilman, what are you looking forward to?
As if it isn't obvious. All right.
Obviously.
Once again, my client, Roxanne Perez, is on Monday Night Raw in a match. Could you expect anything else? All right. Your councilman is looking forward to her putting boots to asses to Lyra Valkyria. One thing I'm not excited about. Not excited about Roman Reigns being here.
Oh,
damn! You gonna let your tag team
partner
partner hear you?
You talked about it on kayfabe last week.
I don't think they're utilizing my tribal chief correctly, and I don't like it.
Okay.
Don't like it. Am I supposed to elaborate on that? My bad. I ain't know if I was.
I mean, I don't know if you talked to Honey about this. I don't want any.
We talked about it on kayfabe. We talked about it on kayfabe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're now using Jay to keep him relevant right now. When right now our tribal chief should be off into the distance, doing movies, doing other things, allowing us to not only miss our tribal chief, but to let the new chapter of WWE form itself. And this is the problem I think TKO has been having. It's like, yo, y'all keep trying to use these names that's getting older, and you keep putting the focus on them and putting little work and character development for everybody else. Like, I'm very glad to see Maxine getting it, but it's like, yo, like, will y'all keep feeding that? Will y'all allow her to keep being displayed so fans can take her seriously, and that room that Victoria in starts to get a little bit more bigger with people? And makes it to where it's like, yo, I wouldn't mind seeing the belt on her, but we're not doing that, because then what happens? We might not see Maxine for another fucking 6 weeks. So it's just like right now, it's like, yo, allow these people that y'all not utilizing, that's this young talent that y'all not fully focused on, start building them up, start getting them ready for when Seth is gone, when Drew is gone, when Brock is gone. When John Cena's leaving next year, AJ Styles is retiring next year. Roman Reigns is eventually going to sit it down. CM Punk only got so much longer to go. Once all of these old names are gone, not calling them old in a disrespectful way, but when all of these legends are now gone, who's the person that's closing Raw? Who's the person that's saying, welcome to Monday Night Raw? It can't just be the Browns. And it can't just be Dominic Mysterio. So it's like, yo, start building these people up and getting them ready. Because right now, it's like, yo, now y'all just using my tribal chief as a prop to give Jay something, which I don't understand why he's not in the world heavyweight title picture right now, when he was just a few months ago.
Here's the question. based off of what you're saying, right? Because when they're building Roman, or when at one point when they're like, essentially forcing him down our lenses, like every time, did they have as many people like being built around him? You see what I'm saying? It's like we have a certain set of people, and then as they go, does the new set step in, and then we just have to deal with that, and then they build after kind of the legends leave? Like, I understand it makes sense to build at the same time, that because we know they're eventually going to leave, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that. So are they waiting for like the old guard to essentially, most of them are gone, to say, okay, y'all have nothing else to distract you, or you can't call for, I don't know, The Rock anymore because we haven't seen him in 10 years. Like, you're going to either, if you really love wrestling, you're going to learn to love these people and allow us to build them after the fact. Do you think that's the play that TKO is doing?
If they are, that's a dumb way to be doing this, because the same person, you got a lot of options now. And the thing is, most people may not have caught this, but from a standpoint of like people turning down WWE contracts and it being known now, that is a ripple effect that's going to happen. And it's like, yo, I can go anywhere. Look at Andrade. Andrade literally went to AEW in 2 weeks.
Right back. Yep.
He was like, I'm back. Like, it's now easy work. So it's like, yo, if you don't start like taking a lot of these people that you got there and making them viable, like right now, when they put Roman versus Bronson Reed, we were slightly in belief, like, yo, Bronson Reed might beat Roman. Physically and even personality wise, he has everything that should be able to topple Roman. But because of where he's at stature wise, it makes it unbelievable. Now, let Roman go do his thing for a while. What happens? Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, the greatest luchador of all time, El Grande Americano, they start getting up here because they're the ones that are carrying the brand. And we're starting to like them. So when Roman comes back and it's like, hey, I want to challenge Bronson Reed, it's like, yo, y'all right here. The believability is greater than saying, yo, this is going to be a squash match with the tribal chief. These are the chances that you need now if you especially want to keep the pace that you're going with 2 PLEs a month.
Yeah.
Why has Dominic Mysterio not crossed paths with Seth Rollins? Like, is he not there already? Like, he's over with the crowd. Why is Jey Uso not getting a title match at Perth? Over on the crowd, Mike's skills have gotten better. In-ring performance is better. It's like, yo, he was getting there. We're watching the story of a dude transform to the main event. And it's like, nope, let's put him back with his brother. Oh, man, well, now that that's over, hey, let's take both of them, put them under the wing of Roman, and cause some friction between them. And it's like, for what? This dude is it right now. He did it. So it's like, what are we doing? And if CM Punk get 18 minutes tonight, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, I could say the same thing about LA Knight. Like, why isn't he in the title picture?
Why not?
Don't know.
They need to use my tribal chief when it's needed.
Speaking of needed, so Santino Morello, he announces that Joe Hendry will be the special guest referee at the men's NXT and TNA match at NXT Showdown. But thoughts on this?
Watch Jordan Grace become the referee for the women's one. Watch.
Oh dear God.
Oh boy.
Just because that happened, watch. Ava's gonna make that decision for Jordan.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, because it's the story of, well, y'all on NXT now. So who are you loyal to? Are you gonna keep it down the middle, or are you gonna be biased? But it adds to a story that should have took a little more time to develop. I don't know why we got here so fast.
Thoughts, Courtney or Victoria?
I was gonna say maybe because of Bound for Glory this weekend. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking too. Because I get Bound for Glory is this weekend, but I just think it could have lasted just a little bit right up until War Games.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like they were rushing things a lot lately on all the different brands. And I get it when you have so many PLEs, like you need people to want to watch them. But I think it also goes to the whole issue with ticket prices right now. And when do you start like saturating the market, and when do you start pricing out your main people because you have 2 PLEs in a month?
Just so y'all know, WrestleMania front row seats are $42,000.
Yikes!
That's like when at that point, when you say a number like that, it almost just feels like monopoly money,
right?
Because it's like, I know 2 people who would probably be on floor seats. I doubt that they're paying that amount.
Yeah,
like it's just
they just want, and again, it's just they want to see what it is. Like the closer we get to it, that price is gonna drop.
Yeah,
that price is definitely gonna drop.
But isn't that like, me and my husband were talking about this because we went to WrestleMania 40. Like imagine buying the plane, like we're in New York, right? Buying my plane tickets, getting the hotel, which are all expenses, and it's Vegas, so things are more. And then like just hoping, right? Like, okay, fingers crossed we get a good one when the price drops. Maybe I'm too much of a planner. That gives me an anxiety attack personally. But it's so true because they do. They always drop right beforehand. Had I been in Vegas, I would have snatched up tickets last year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for some reason WWE treats it like one way or the other, somebody's going to get their money. Because if you get a cheaper ticket, you're going to have to pay a more expensive plane ticket. You have to get a last minute hotel, which is going to cost even more. And Uber is ridiculous because driving and parking everywhere in Vegas, no, don't do that to yourself. I'll let y'all know now. Do not do that to yourself. So it's like it's crazy, but then also too, we've seen the CFO in the Oval House with the current president. So is it really crazy?
No. Nope.
That actually kind of goes to one of the last stories. So Paul Walter Hauser, oops, I just lost it. He was saying that the ticket prices are kind of greedy and ugly. And you on one hand you could say that because, and I'll speak for myself because I don't know what y'all's bank account looks like. I can't afford that. However, they wouldn't be charging those prices if people weren't paying for it. So is it greedy and ugly if that helps to pay wrestlers payroll, and that helps to bring additional PLEs, and that helps to if they were in the red at all, it's helping them get to the green. Like, is it just, are we just looking at it because we can't afford it, versus is this really doing good for the company?
I mean, my comeback would be Austin was making what, $10 million in 3 months back in the Attitude Era, and tickets were not even close to what they were now. I get it, right? But what I think TKO truly is doing, and until someone tells me different, I'll still believe this. They're not making money with UFC. UFC is in the red for them, and they are using they're using WWE because they can see that people want to pay these prices or are willing to. I mean, like, could I afford WrestleMania? Yes. But would I, like, as a reasonable adult, be like, yeah, that's how I'm going to spend my money? No, like, there's other things my family needs. So I will sit at home and at least get to hear commentary and, be the cheap person.
I'm gonna put that thing on silent. Make it look TK. It's like I know I put it on silent. I'm so sorry, Victoria.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sindel saying let's not act like the money that the money goes anywhere, but TKO's pockets. I mean, Dwayne on to new plan. I mean, yes, it's somebody's making more money, but they have to. Well, they don't have to. I mean, if they were operating more on the darker side, meaning that, you know, the execs are taking most of the money just to put it in their pockets. I just don't think, because WWE has so many people to serve, like TKO, Endeavor, etc., and they have so many things going at the same time, they have to pay these bills. Like I just, you know, I don't think an exec is gonna get, you know, a raise of $100,000 just randomly, because there's an influx of money. But you know, there are people that are still buying. What's the nosebleed section look like? How much is the cost of those tickets?
800.
Oh wow.
So people are still dropping 800. Plus you're buying food and drink at the venue.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're gonna buy merchandise.
You're gonna buy merchandise for a ridiculous price. A t-shirt usually goes for what, $19, $22. You're gonna buy it for $35 or $40. Then, you know, if you're gonna park, you're paying for parking. Ubers are going up. All the hotels around, and this is just in Vegas. All the hotels in Vegas are gonna be bought up if they aren't already bought up already. So yeah, it's I think there's just a lot of different things that are gonna be. It's beneficial. I really hope that it's not. I hope that it's on the up and up, and it's not a greed thing where like a set amount of individuals are the ones who are taking all the money, and then, you know, somebody who, you know, something that is deserving of those funds not getting it. But again, we've had some wrestlers turn down WWE contracts because they're not getting paid enough. So there's that too. So
yeah. And for clarity's sake, I'm not front row of WrestleMania baller level, but I'm like second tier probably. Just so like no one come rob my house. I saw the comments. Let no one come to try steal my house. We're not that much of a baller over here.
Oh my gosh. I was like, damn, okay, Victoria, that's what we doing. Something that we can definitely be doing is helping to support the Women's Wrestling Archive.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate $1, $5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today. And we'll get into this last story before we get out of here. Kind of speaking to piggybacking as far as ticket prices and all those things. So Santos Escobar, his WWE contract expires tonight at midnight, and he's decided to pass on the company who offered him WWE offered him to resign. And we haven't seen him since July. What are your thoughts as far as this? And, you know, we've seen a couple wrestlers turn down these WWE contracts. And I know, Will, you kind of made, you talked about it a little bit before. Is this going to become a trend?
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, WWE don't pay as much as people think, and just upkeep with everything that's going on as a wrestler is not enough. Like, there's your flights you have to pay for, your travel you have to pay for, your in-ring gear that you have to pay for, your insurance, your medical bills, your fitness stuff, all the things you need to do to stay within fitness. And if somebody's only giving you less than six figures in that, and you're not making any money, and you're not on television, but they also just don't want you somewhere else. It's like, what do you do? Like Santos, there's nothing wrong with Santos as an in-ring performer with the group that he had, nothing. But for some reason, it's like, hey, you just don't work right now because we're going out the ones we know can guarantee ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, yo, this is not the type of industry where, hey, okay, cool, I can sit here and wait. No, this is a body performing sport.
Mm-hmm.
Santos is going to keep getting older and eventually get past his prime. And it's like, yo, I'm not making any history in my career. I'm not getting the goals that I want to do. So it's just like, yo, besides just grabbing a check and just kind of sitting at home, I'd rather go somewhere where I can, like how you said, TK, I can use that WWE stamp and really start being able to not only get seen, but build myself as a brand and not be held back by the stipulations in which TKO give me to where I can't make stuff for my own merch. I can't sell my own merch. I can't make my own content like this without it going over them and seeing if they want to be a part of it. You now get to do that and show them, you know, same thing that they've said about Cody Rhodes. You go from undesirable to undeniable. So I hope he goes wherever he needs to go, does his thing, and then shows WWE why, yo, the next time you sign me, it's big money that we're going to be talking about. You call me Sir Santos when I walk in.
It's kind of funny though, because like, so say if you're a WWE superstar, former superstar, you turn down the contract, right? And you are in this position where Santos is 41. Say he signs with AEW 3 to 4 years. He's now a free agent at 45. And it's just kind of like, will he even get more money that he thought he deserved? Like, does it make more sense for WWE to give these wrestlers what they're at? Like, how much more are they? It's with Santos is a little bit different because we haven't seen him in a while, but how much more are some of these wrestlers asking for that WWE is saying no to? Or is it more that these wrestlers are saying no to it because they're not getting the opportunities to be in the ring? Like, are they getting the money that, you know, they want and deserve, but WWE's like, well, we don't really have a story for you, so therefore you might not get to do, you know, whatever it is that comes to your mind. Like, how much do you think it's the money and how much do you think it's its story?
Well, I wonder too if it's just a lack of ability to negotiate. At least from what we saw from Karrion Kross, it kind of seemed like this is your deal. We're not explaining it. We're not going to tell you why we came to that figure. You take it or leave it. So I wonder if it's a little bit of that too. A little bit of like, you're not even knowing why they're giving you that number they are. And then you see people doing well. Like you see Matt Cardona and you see, you know, other people on the indies are going to AEW and doing well. Your friends, like they all talk to each other. We already know that.
Right.
And say, well, you know, I'll bet on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much more money out here for them to be able to do it rather than just being under the flagship that says WWE.
Yeah.
And being able to impress and get people more. Like, again, look at Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné is the greatest women's wrestler right now. 10 belts Moné with nothing holding her back, knowing how to negotiate to Victoria's point. Dean Ambrose, a pillar of AEW, knowing how to leave and go do your thing. The same thing with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes gave you the blueprint to it. Matt Cardona is living proof that it works. Like even from the, I won't call it the dark side, but something that Cora Jade said. She makes more money now than she ever did being signed to WWE. All the potential is out there. Look at Jasmine Nix. Jasmine Nix is leaving because, yo, I'm missing out on opportunities that I would like to do that are really good deals that I could still go wrestle and still be able to do this. So it's like, yo, you are missing, you it's a sacrifice to be there. But it's also an opportunity when you leave. It's like, yo, if I play my cards right, if I know how to talk the talk and do what I need to do, I can be doing way better financially and being known around here in the wrestling industry rather than just saying, oh, I was signed to WWE for 13 years. It's like, okay, well, I don't remember really seeing you on TV. Oh, I normally did like main event or like the road shows and stuff, but you know, like if you was on the road, you saw me. It's like now that WWE stamp ain't as big as it used to be. Like that's the end all be all.
Right. Yeah, MDB posted a interesting question, and I think oh my gosh, she's a basketball player. They kind of asked her the same thing too. I forgot her name, but like, do you want to be a wrestler versus an influencer? But at the end of the day, it's being, and and I use the term influencer loosely, because you could still be a wrestler on the indie scene. You can still do other things, but at the end of the day, if those other things are propelling you in life and securing you in later on in life, then it makes more sense. Like, yeah, you can be signed to the WWE for a long period of time, and if you get the good contract, then you can kind of secure that. But then what? Because if WWE is saying, okay, we have nothing for you, and then let you go, and then you have nothing kind of in the background, then it's an interesting place that we're in. It's kind of like, our grandparents, where they worked for a company for 25 or however long, and now the day and age that we're in, you may be with the company for 2 to 5 years, if at best. Whether if you decide to leave or something else happens, like, you're not really that longevity at a company is not a thing, and I think it's extending now all the way to wrestling as well. But yeah, it's crazy. Speaking of that, we will have a Raw post show later on this evening. But is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
Shout out to WoW, because it's their birthday.
Oh,
yes. Wow. Shout out to WoW. They've been in the game for 40 plus years. I'll be going down to Vegas in 2 weeks, or in a week, to see their shows. We're gonna be doing something with them that I can't talk about, but we did drop an interview, so definitely check that out. And they definitely deserve their flowers as far as what they've been doing for women's wrestling, that a lot of people don't talk about, regardless if you like the wrestling or not. But 40 years of what they've been doing consistently for women's wrestlers is something that definitely needs to be at least talked about. And yeah, catch our WoW post show. Anything else that you guys want to talk about?
Well, y'all don't do it, so I always got to come and bogart in and make sure that we talk about it. We got to talk about NXT tomorrow. NXT versus TNA. We know the matches. We not giving out no predictions of what's going to happen at this mediocre rise of epic events that's going to happen Tuesday.
I thought you were doing a post show tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna be there. So we want to get your opinion as to who you think gonna take this thing.
All right, well, hit me with matches then.
Oh, okay then. Let's talk about it. Our first match. There's no match card, nor should there should be, because it's a stupid ass match. The Hardy Boys versus Dark.
Oh my god!
Title for title.
Oh boy.
Who do y'all have walking away as the champions?
Oh man.
Hardy Boys.
Hardy.
I love the Hardys with all my heart, but I'm going with Dark State. If Dark State wants to dominate the tag team division, they need to get a win off of one of the most popular and influential tag teams, the Hardys.
I also agree. Dark State is walking away. Why?
They need it.
The Hardys are go win. They need it.
It's funny. You just said you think Jordan Grace is going to be added.
Yeah.
I just saw a report that Jordan Grace has been added to the NXT TNA Showdown match card.
What?
Yo, how could I have ever came up with that? Wow.
Oh boy. You realize we're never living this down for the rest of the stream, right? Like, this is going to be his. I
think we need to collect he needs to start getting the check. Shawn Michaels or whoever runs NXT, you got to start writing the check.
TK, I need you to hire somebody to take all the stuff I've ever said on this show, put it together so we can send it to WWE. Either hire me or I'm suing y'all. I want my place, dang it. I want my chair right next to Bobby Roode so I can whisper glorious into his ear. Just random.
Wow, I'm sure he'll love that.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Mhm.
And if I don't agree with something, I'm gonna tell him I won't give in. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious, Bobby. We're gonna get this story right. But yeah, I think the Dark State is gonna take this. They need it, and besides, I don't think they want the tag team championships involved with the final tables match. I think they want just them.
That's true.
Parties in the Dudleys and have an epic moment.
Okay.
Our next match is for the North American Championship. Ethan Page and Mustafa Ali are gonna go at it. When the dust clears, will it be Canada and wherever Mustafa is from? I don't want to get us. Who's walking out champ?
I think that now would be the time to with this crossover, Mustafa Ali.
You know, my heart wants to say Ethan Page because I adore him, but I think you're right, TK.
I'm taking Mustafa Ali. Ethan Page is gonna challenge whoever's the AAA light heavyweight champion next.
I also Order 4 needs the North American Championship. The promos they are gonna do with that title, it's just gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. Order 4 needs it, and Ethan Page don't have an Order 4, so it's just him out there. So if Tasha Steelz and the other two come out, what can you do? Let's get into the men's traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series tag match with Joe Hendry as a special guest referee. Team NXT will be the champion Ricky Saints, the TNA champion Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Stephanie McCur's boyfriend, taking on Team TNA, which is Mike Santana, Frank Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. Who's walking away with the victory?
I think Team NXT.
I agree.
I gotta go with TNA. I just think I'm happy Ricky's champion, but him and Trick are gonna go to blows in that match. Everybody's gonna turn on Trick and beat the crap out of him. So I gotta go with Team TNA for the win.
Okay.
I too must go with Team TNA because y'all new champ looking real light right now. And I don't mean his skin tone. He is not giving me championship vibes.
They need to do better.
Yeah,
need to do better with Ricky.
Especially in that locker room scene last Tuesday. I'm like, yo, this is the Trick and Javon show. Like, how is Javon, and you know the word the kids say today, how is he aura forming more than you are? You supposed to be shining bright. Like, yo, how are they outshining you right now? You just sitting here just, yep, yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so got y'all. But hey, Oba had to give it to somebody, so my client could go take a rest and get ready for his match with John Cena. I hope we were recording when that was being said. I'm not supposed to be giving that news out. Sorry about that. Dylan, you can delete that. But yeah, Team TNA for me. The TNA team is too. Moose is gonna be a problem for them, and then Leon Slater is gonna be insane. And yeah, I just don't think Ricky Saints, Trick Williams gonna get it together, and Stephanie McCur's boyfriend ain't gonna know where he at. Just all around. Okay. So yeah, and which should be the main event because it is way more popular, but most likely will not be, is the traditional 4-on-4 women's Survivor Series tag match with, for somehow how they heard this and decided to run with it, Jordan Grace as a special guest referee. Team NXT, JC Jane, Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, and Lola Vice versus the new TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Kalani Jordan, the new Women's Knockouts Tag Team Champions, The Inspiration and Mara Sade. Who's walking away? The winner.
This one's a tough one.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's Team NXT.
It's not.
Team NXT even the dog walk this team.
You think?
Yo, first of all, you got Jada and Lola in there. You got two pit bulls in this match. Hey, Finn, they are about to hurt somebody. JC Jane is the sneakiest in NXT right now, and that rolling punch that she got, that's enough to seal anybody's victory. And then Sol Ruka just out of nowhere. You already know what she do. All you gotta say is out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
We finna see a new soul snatcher from somewhere else in the ring. She probably gonna soul snatch somebody off the announce table.
Oh my goodness.
Well, now that you put it that way, then definitely Team NXT then.
Yeah,
but why aren't you saying Lola Vice's boyfriend, Damian Priest's girlfriend? Since you know,
we know who Lola Vice is.
Well, she's amazing. So, but I'm just saying, since Stephanie McCour's boyfriend is getting shouted out as that,
he know what he is. He know why we watching him.
I'm picking Team NXT, but I do think I'm gonna gang up on JC Jane somewhere in the match.
Oh yeah, she catching all their finishes.
All are gonna gang up on JC Jane.
I'll be disappointed if they don't.
I would be too. And we on WWT too. That's why you put the women first. That's why I wouldn't have said Damian Priest. He's the afterthought now. It's all about
the afterthought
right now.
I mean, she's getting more TV time than him right now. So,
and every time we see him, he getting super kicked in the face by Alistair. It's like, all right, at least you made it to TV, I guess, my boy. At least you did something. Be glad you are Lola Vice's boyfriend. AKA could have been Namor. Another reason why, if you got the chance to go do stuff, go do it.
Oh my goodness.
But TK, who's walking away as the victor?
I told you Team NXT.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, I said when you went on your monologue, you convinced me, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Team NXT.
Any shenanigans tonight that y'all think might happen before we get out of here?
Probably during Lyra and Voxanne.
Yeah.
And maybe during
I think Bayley's.
Maybe Becky and Maxine. I could smell some shenanigans there.
Yeah, definitely with Maxine, which is not fair to her. I mean, she's playing a good role. However, we need to just kind of like what we were talking about before, developing folks for when other people leave. And I feel like they're doing Maxine a bit of a disservice. However, I think she is smart enough, hopefully, to find her way. It's kind of like where Chelsea was and then where Chelsea is right now. You know, if you followed her through her TNA career, etc., she's very creative. And one of those ideas stuck. And she also did a lot of the work in the back end. Like she was taking acting classes. She was doing all these things so that when the opportunity presented itself, she was able to get the crowd involved, entertain the crowd, and she didn't need to be a champion to do it. So if Maxine could figure that out and obviously not copy Charlotte, but do it in her own way, and WWE allows her to do that, then we're in there. I just don't know if WWE is actually allowing her to do that, which therein lies the problem in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
So
don't worry. They'll just bring Trish Stratus back again. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, Trish is, as long as she keeps doing
yoga,
what? She's pretty good.
I mean, she's not
backwards right now.
Let's bring Lita back.
See, y'all the problem.
It's also Lita's 25th anniversary. Give her back to us.
She got to learn how to run the ropes first.
Yeah.
I love her, though. Just, you know.
Put your back to them ropes if you come back. I need you to. When you
Well, I'm wondering if The Rock's gonna come back now that it's movie flop.
Oh yeah, the movie.
hey, y'all ain't right for that. All right, I want y'all to know something. Whoever that go see that movie, y'all ain't shit. All right, because that's a good movie. That's a real good movie. But because everything ain't blowing up, Kevin Hart is not running out of somewhere. Y'all want to act like that. That's a good movie. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Rock fan. Like, that was a really good movie. And
one of my best friend's husband loves The Rock. And
you went to see the movie?
Yeah, I went to go see
it. And so how many people were in the theater?
That's not the point. Why you Right, first of all, I go in the daytime. So you can't calculate the maxitude of how many people are gonna come in. I go like an old person to the movies. I go at 11 in the morning. All right. Did I see 11? It for free? Yes. All right. Again, your councilman makes $2.16 a year. And I left like 60%.
How were you able to see it for free?
Because I have the Regal Pass. So
okay.
Did I buy a ticket? No. Did it come with my plan? Absolutely. And I went sat in that theater. And there were like 6 of us in there. But once again, it's a Wednesday at 11. What do you want from everybody when I went? And it definitely should have went on streaming service instead of theaters. You would have had a way better shot putting that on streaming. That should not have came out in theaters because I knew this would happen. Amazon Prime or HBO Max should have been this run for this movie, even with The Rock. Know your audience, sir. Know your audience. You can't make them dramatic changes. You're not Jim Carrey. You're not Jim Carrey.
Well, he's trying.
You can't give us. Yeah, but that's not Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You know what I'm saying? That's not that. Like, that's what made us go.
I'm gonna say, I think Batista could have done it.
You could have. I can't. I don't have nothing for that. Batista's incredible. I didn't even know Batista was in Dune until I saw. I was like that pale dude looked real familiar. Oh, that looked like Batista, but Batista got all the wrinkles at the top of his head. And then I looked at the credits. I was like, that man is an incredible actor.
Yeah, he did his role with Pamela Anderson, and I think the Las Vegas girl, whatever, was really good too. Forgot what the name was, but that was he's really good in that too.
That might be since he ain't doing nothing.
Well, I mean, The Rock has his own company, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. Because I think the first couple movies that he did when he was with Disney didn't do well either. So you have to walk before you can run. So hopefully he will do better. And
what's doing well? What's doing well to y'all? Like what do y'all count
when it comes to business? And I've said this a million times. It's always about, to me, the return on investment. So however much they spent on this movie, if they at least a minimum broke even, then to me that's the starting point of success. If they end up severely in the red and they lose money, then to me that's like, well, where is that money coming from? You've already spent the money. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not, as far as movies are concerned, especially, I'm not the one who like reads the ratings and it's like, well, I'm not going to watch that. If I like it, I like it. However, if I'm funding the money, or if I'm a producer or whatever, or if I'm a line producer and I know everything that was involved to make this movie, and you made, a quarter of what you spent, then that's a problem.
It cost $50 million and it's made 60 so far.
There it is.
I mean, it's only made six. I'm sorry, 6.
6
million. I was gonna say that was not the number I saw.
Yeah, 6. My bad. I wanted it to be 60.
Oh, it
only came out this weekend though.
I mean,
but how much did Taylor Swift make this weekend?
First of all, the comparison, you wrong for that comparison.
The smile that she gave at the end though was beautiful. Like, but Taylor though.
You are wrong for that. You are wrong.
And I'm not even a Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie, I swear.
You can't even compare the two. That's like comparing The Rock to Beyonce. Like, why would you do that? Why would you?
However, on the flip side, they might have taken a gamble on this film, and because I'm sure he has other projects and other things that are going on, they might have taken a gamble on this film, and this was going to be the film that it's like, well, if we lose money, we lose money. My thing is, when I talk to like return on investment, if this was the only project that they had going, then that's a problem. But I feel like The Rock and his team, I feel like The Rock and their team, they have they like it would have been they were taking a risk. On top of that, if The Rock wants to do more projects like this, then people are not used to seeing him like that. So, there is a possibility. But now that we've seen him like that, and people who are putting people in different movies, casting them, they might now consider The Rock for those movies. And maybe that's the avenue he wants to go in. So you have to kind of take the loss in order to get there.
I mean, it ain't a loss.
50 to 60.
Look, we're using some bad words right now. Okay? Like hits, like it ain't even came out worldwide yet. Okay, it ain't even did worldwide box office. And let's be honest. Well, I'm not gonna be honest, because this is probably just me. I don't know who the fuck Mark Kerr is. Probably most of the world in the United States, around people I stay by in a 20-mile radius, they don't know who that is. So they didn't know who they were going to see. But you know who might know? The world, Japan, across there. And they might get this back to where they break even. So let's not go failure or taking hits just yet. It's only been out for 3 days, all right? And it's the 1st of October. Everybody had rent to pay. Wasn't nobody thinking about going to the movies? I'm going to keep track of this and keep y'all updated on the Smash.
Please. Yeah. So recently retired MMA legend, 2025 UFC Hall of Famer, inductee, advocate for fighters' well-being, who has overcome addiction and now faces neuropathy after his fighting career ended in 2000. Okay, it's an interesting story.
Yeah, y'all should go check it out. Stop going all just the reboots and all of this stuff. Like, you go see 23 Jump Street, go support something that ain't been out like that yet. All right, bring real cinema back. Okay, I went see something about some killer unicorn, and it was fantastic. and it had the girl from Beetlejuice in there and Ant-Man. And you know who saw it? Nobody. 6 people were in there, and that was in the afternoon, and that ain't fair. And Victoria is absolutely right about the UFC, because I went to one and it was also only 6 people in there during the matches.
Ooh. Wow. Interesting. So do you think that because we just had recently, and this will be the last thing before we get out of here, we just recently had the Canelo and oh my god, what's his name? Crawford at Netflix, and boxing's trying to make a resurgence. Then we also have the celebrity boxing that's going on. And then I feel like UFC, and now I'm talking the mainstream, because at one point I was watching it a lot. Now I don't. Now it's just more what I hear. And then mainstream wise, I'm not really seeing UFC pop off like it used to. Especially when you had Ronda was big, where everybody was talking about her. Women wise, and it's no shade to the woman. It's just like, and then for the men, we're not really seeing like mainstream, like we're not seeing them appear places like we used to. So, and with every empire, there has to be ups and downs. They can't be number one all the time. So it just feels like maybe they're in this lull, and maybe you are right, where TKO has to cover that spread, or Endeavor has to cover that spread. So it is what it is.
They don't watch boxing. Don't do that. TK don't have time for
I barely have time to watch LFG. We behind.
Exactly.
But me and Christina will be back tomorrow. With that being said, is there anything else you want to talk about? All right, that sounds good. Councilman, I know you have to get back to, getting back to that beautiful face. You silly Dylan. Beautiful face, get everything together and glowing. And watching the movies and all that good stuff. Where can people find you?
Find me at Will PHARAOH, PHARAOH, everywhere. I will be doing stuff again when I get a job, because as TK brought up earlier, being somewhere for a long time don't matter no more. I was with a company for 10 years and they threw me out like dogs in the street. So believe me, it does not matter how long you're there. They do not care. So if you got a dream, go for it. Go do it. Either go do it or work for someone who did go do it. And I thought
that was gonna go left real quick. I thought you were gonna go real dark. Okay, I'm glad you did.
No.
If you have a dream, F those dreams.
I know, right?
You can't throw out all hope on a Monday. Not at the top of the week. Here's all my hopes.
Oh my God, all your hopes.
Oh my goodness! I thought that was gonna go dark. I was
Good
like,
luck till Sunday, y'all. 'Cause I'm out. No, never that. No, man. Gotta stay hopeful. It's dark times right now, so like, gotta try to smile in all the BS and be around the good people that give you that. So, yeah. If you got something, man, go for it right now. The failing is not really failing at this time. Go do you.
Victoria, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Victoria Waco pretty much everywhere. Come hang out with me. I usually mostly over on Instagram. I do a lot, but I'm trying to get better with my X/Twitter account again.
And Miss Rice, where can everybody find you?
Well, the people can find me chirping sporadically on WWT Live. Tomorrow, you know what? I may have to go Elwoods because I don't care if Seg takes me to court, because you know what? I'm doing a watch along tomorrow on Title Tuesday. We're going to be doing not one, but two watch alongs for AEW, because not only you have Title Tuesday tomorrow, you're also going to get a special Collision watch along edition on Wednesday, since they're going to be at Daly's place. Tony Khan, by the grace of gods, because your Jaguars are playing, if by the grace of gods they win tonight, you better bring every single person from the Jaguars to Daly's place tomorrow and Wednesday, if they pull off a miracle of a win. But who am I to say? Anyways, you'll be getting a watch along with me tomorrow night, also on Wednesday too, because they're going to be at Daly's place. They're coming home to the place where it started AEW. It's going to be very exciting. The match cards look good, so you get to spend it both days with me in a way. So feel free to do that. Make sure to follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram. A lot of content that is happening right now. Obviously, me and Honey went to 90s Wrestling Con a couple weeks ago, so feel free to check out the interview I had with wrestling royalty, with the daughter of the British Bulldog, Georgia Smith. Honey got to interview Terry Reynolds, so they will be up this week doing some editing, so make sure to check out on that. Also, make sure to follow ISPW, because the next time yours truly will be on commentary will be November 7th, Friday, November 7th. It's the second time they're doing an all-women's show in independent wrestling in New Jersey. If you love women's wrestling, you love independent wrestling, please feel free to come out and support. It means the world to me. So shout out to Tommy Fierro and ISPW for everything that they've done, and thanking everybody. And yeah, your Timeless Elite's got some content happening in the coming weeks, and very excited because we're almost on the road to Wrestle Dream.
There it is. So
I have a question.
Yes.
When did this Title Tuesday get announced?
It's been announced.
I don't give a fuck what WWE say. They are copying. They are copying. I don't care what they say. They copying. Because this showdown happened way too fast. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense why now. Hey, man, WWE, I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all doing. Y'all some liars. Y'all are definitely y'all feeling that heat from AEW. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to know. And Dylan, the Jaguars won on Earth 2. So they won the Super Bowl. That's all. On Earth 2, they won the Super Bowl.
Please make sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. Go ahead and tell your friends, your cousins, friends, all about us. We really, really appreciate that. It helps support the WWT family, and also hit those super chats. So, to help Councilman, he gets the free movies, but buy popcorn at the movies and all of that good stuff. Make sure to follow WWT on all social media platforms at www.talkpod.com. You can follow me everywhere at TK Trinidad. Make sure to check out our 2 interviews. Taya Valkyrie, she does talk about AEW and WWE and, some beef or no beef, whatever. She talks about that stuff. We also have an interview from WOW too. Goldie Collins and Kennedy and Jinx as well, dropped as well. So definitely check out all of that. And thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.